you have a desire to, to make a change in your life, if you have a desire, and any church that has a desire to work with this program, we ask you to call in and come be on the program, regardless of your God affiliation, whether you're Muslim or whatever you are. We invite you to come on the program and make yourself available to aid individuals in your community to set up their source of income, source of livelihood. We must do this if we're going to make a change. What I'm trying to tell you, if the people in our community is going to be helped, we're going to have to do it. We cannot depend on outside sources. We cannot depend on government sources. We have to do it. We mean we, all of the congregations, all of the businesses that exist in the community, all of the avenues that we have in the community have to come together and focus on saving our communities. We can do it. We can do it. I am confident that we can do it if we work together. If we work together. There is a place, and I will take you there, and that's the place of self-employment and self-ownership. Now, I know about this place. I grew up working for myself, working with my family. I grew up that way. We have many acres of ground right now I'm responsible for that is still in the operation. That's where I grew up. I have a business in operation right now, a business that could be started with a high school diploma, a business that will make over $500,000 this year, a business that you can do, a business that we will train you and help you to set up for you can do for yourself. You don't have to do illegal stuff. You can make a good, strong living with the assistance of your churches and the assistance of other minority businesses in your community mentoring you in the mentorship program. We must learn to help one another. And if we learn to help one another, we can survive. I want to let you know that we are living in dangerous times. We're living in times where the system is trying to turn us back to 100 years. We're living in a time where we are not, if we don't pull together, we're not going to make it. If we don't pull together, we're not going to make it. All of us are at risk at this time. And the only way that we will survive these experiences is that we pull together. And pulling together means that we have to stand up for what's right. We have to vote. We have to support people who are going to make sure that fair treatment is given. We have that responsibility. We have to stand up. We must do it. We must do it for us. We can no longer depend on others to do it for us. We have the responsibility that we must do it ourselves. I'm glad that individuals are in the community who are working hard to deal with problems, issues, and concern in our community. And we have individuals here on the program this morning who has come to us to share with us. We've been on the program before, but they are out there dealing with people problems, and they're going to share with us. We have Nina Ezra, who will be bringing to us her fascinating organization that is called A New Place of Recovery Treatment Center, LLC. Let me repeat that. A New Place of Recovery Treatment Center, LLC. See, there are conditions that our people have, the addictions, and these are also circumstances by which crises are created in our community. We have to solve these problems just as much as we have to solve that these problems are directly related to the crime and to the economic problems that exist in our city. And we have with us, once again, the individuals that we have here with the program. They're going to be talking about the program. We're going to deal with this program this morning, as we share with you. Uh, the first thing, Nina, want to come to us and tell us about yourself and your address, where you're located, and then we'll start talking about each of the programs. We have the rest of the morning to talk about the other programs, all of the programs you have, and the individuals who are leading these programs, who are present with us. We have Ronnie Gaston, and we have Michelle West, who are with us. These individuals are working in these programs. Remember, they are here because they want to help individuals in our communities who may have crises going on in their lives. There may be addictions, problems, and a lot of time addiction problems are related to crime problems. So they are here to provide these services and share with you. Now, first of all, if you want to be a part of the mentorship program, let me give you the phone number. It's 410-367-1117. 410-367-1117. Wherever you are, whatever community you're in, you can call that number. We will hook you up with churches in your community. We will hook you up with the plans that we have to bring you a future and to give you hope. And that's what we are trying to do. We have to solve a lot of problems before we can have that future and that hope. At this time, we're going to have Nina come to us and share with us about this new place of recovery treatment center that is located down in Baltimore. And the address of the place is what?
218 East Lexington.
Say it loud.
218 East Lexington.
218
East Lexington Street.
218 East Lexington Street. 218 East Lexington. But want to tell us about yourself and the program and emphasize the address again.
Good morning. Good morning, Baltimore. Good morning, America. We're here again today. My name is Nina. I'm the president and CEO of New Place of Recovery Treatment Center. I'm so happy and excited to be with you all this morning to tell you all the services that we offer in our program and how we can help you and help the community. I'm here with my team, and we're going to share with you great information that will help you, your loved one, and your family. Thank you. Come on, Rodney.
Hi, my name is Ronnie Gaskins.
Speak a little louder, a little closer.
My name is Ronnie Gaskins. I'm the outreach coordinator. Basically, what I do is I go to several different locations, treatment centers, hospitals, churches as well, to let people know about services that we're providing, like PHP, PHP, IOP, mental
Okay.
health service, hospitalization. It's a lot more services we're going to talk about. We're going to get into a little later, but I'm just letting you know that the things that I do and the things that I like doing, because we really do have a problem out here in this world. It's just not a isolated incident. We do have a lot of mental health issues all over the world, and we no longer can avoid looking at these issues because, as you were saying, Pastor, it's a lot of the crime rate is going up, the killing is going on because people don't know about these mental health issues. They don't know where to turn. So we're here to let you know where you can turn today and how you can get help with these mental health issues and how the churches can help us as we're helping them.
A lot of the problems that we have are mental. A lot of the killing, they suggest that it's mentally related. So we know that this is a program that we need to focus on and make available and inform the community that it is available. It is available for our community, it's available, and we want all of our organizations, our churches, and everybody to be aware of this program that is right here in the heart of Baltimore that provide these type of services that we're going to be talking about this morning. And also we have Sister West with us, isn't that correct? Michelle West. And Michelle West, want to get a little closer.
Hi, I'm Michelle West. I'm an administrative assistant. And the services we provide, substance abuse treatment. We provide PHP, which is partial hospitalization program. We have IOP, intensive outpatient program, and the OP, outpatient program. We also help with mental health therapy, referrals, medication assistance, transitional housing, relapse prevention, coping skills, and a host of other services we provide.
Okay, let's start then with the partial hospitalization program, and including in that particular program, the structure that you have, they have the screening, is that correct?
Yes.
And what else they have in that screening? What else? Clinical
Yes.
assessments,
You get your
individual treatment plan. Kind of want to give us little details on
About that. Okay.
what is, okay, for instance, in the screening, what the individual has to do.
Okay. Our partial hospitalization program. This is Nena again. Our partial hospitalization program is actually 4 weeks. Program is 28 days. They come in, especially from hospital or detox, to seek for like a step down kind of. So we offer 28 days of treatment, and when they come in, they meet with our counselor to do a screening to make sure that they're fit for the program, and they need to meet with the doctor as well to medically clear them to be in our program because we have a supportive housing that we send them to. So
Okay,
after
do they
that,
come there first, or do they have to be referred by the physician first?
either way, by physician or self-referral, we take
They,
them.
they can come
They
in.
can-
It's open
yes.
for them to come directly in. We
Right.
hear that. So those individuals that need the services, the first thing was the partial hospitalization program. And if you need the services, you can come in, and first thing they do, they do the screening
Yes, we do the screening,
and then the
then
assessments.
the assessment to know if you are going to be fit for the program, for the PHP program or IOP or OP. So first of all, we got to do your screening first when you come
Screening and
in, an
assessment.
assessment, and after that is done, you meet with the counselor. They do a individualized treatment plan that
So-
will help to know all the goals and plan that we have for you because we started off from onset to make sure that we're doing we are addressing your needs.
Okay,
as
so
you
this would
walk
be
in the door.
this would be after the person is evaluated.
Yes.
The person himself or herself
Mhm.
was given an individual treatment plan for themselves.
For themselves. Yes. It's
And-
individualized. Yes.
And this plan could also include group counseling.
Yes. They must attend group. Actually, for partial hospitalization is 7 days a week for 3 hours for group section because it's more intensive and they have to be medically monitored by the doctor to make sure they see the doctor once a week to make sure that the medication they're on is actually working for them. And we have to put them on a 28 days intensive treatment, and it's 7 days a week for group, 3 hours a day, Monday to Sunday. They have to be in group Monday to Sunday for 3 hours every day.
So they have the group counseling.
Yes.
Then they have individual counseling. as well.
Right. They meet with their counselor once a week to
Okay,
follow
so now
up.
the group counseling is your individual counseling is determined by what comes out of what you receive in the group counseling.
The assessment determines what follows.
Okay.
So once the clinical assessment is done, then we place them on the level of care they need, which is PHP, IOP, or OP. So either way, they're still going to do group and individual. But for partial hospitalization, they have to meet with their counselor once a week.
And the reason why we do screening is because we have to know the level of care that they need. 'Cause
Yes.
Each individual is different.
So
So-
after they go through this program, it's a month. It's a month program.
partial hospitalization.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's a month's program.
Yes.
And I noticed you have a relapse prevention.
Correct.
If so, that's another program.
No, that's part of the services that we offer in
Mhm.
that program. So we help them to teach them some coping skills to avoid relapse. We try to identify with them what are your triggers? What are you going to be doing to avoid relapse? So some of them don't even know what their triggers are. So if we are able to sit with them, that's why they need individual counseling, to meet with their counselor at least once a week to go over what is your trigger, what is it for today, what is going on. Some of them is mental health is their trigger, depression, stress, anxiety, and it's not addressed. So now we're here to help you with, okay, what's your trigger to be able to prevent relapse?
So there are individuals relapse is triggered by certain things,
Yes.
Yes.
and
Yes.
once you do help them to identify
What their
what that
triggers.
is,
Yes.
Their
so that
triggers
they'll
are.
be conscious of it
Right.
and avoid that if possible.
True.
Because we know if they are involved or get connected to that, they will relapse again.
Yes.
Could it be a person?
It can be a person, it can be people, place, things, it can be anything. It can be
It can be a
thoughts.
person. So
Yes.
so some that means that they may have to disconnect themselves from certain people.
If they have to stay clean
Because
and
these
stay
people
stable.
cause them to relapse.
Right. And a lot of them come in and tell you, yes,
See, some people don't. Some individuals don't recognize
what their triggers are.
what the triggers are. Then they don't recognize they are individuals who are causing them to relapse. You know,
Exactly.
the reason why I'm emphasizing this is because, I have guys that I work with, and the guys that I work with, we have been working with them for years, ever since 2006, and we have gotten them off of drugs, and then there are certain trickles that have had them to relapse,
Yes.
Yes.
and this is the problem that I have attempted to help them to identify
Yes.
that what they need, and sometimes that trickle that helped them to relapse is very difficult
Yeah.
to get away from.
And also, like you were just saying, to help them identify with their triggers, that's why they have a one-on-one session,
Mhm.
so they'll be able to reach out and they'll be able to recognize what these triggers are. So we don't want them to go back out and harm themselves or harm someone else. So we're trying to show them that there are resources that you can call and talk to us. We have a 24-hour hotline that you can call each and every day. If you feel as though these triggers are coming on, we want them to let them know there's nothing to be ashamed about to feel that way, these triggers are coming on, but we want them to know that you can reach out to us and we're here, to guide you and help you and identify what your triggers are, so you won't do this again.
Is this a section that is called coping skills?
Then after they identify what their triggers are, okay, now, so how are you going to cope with that?
Yeah, coping. So you help
Right,
them
so we
develop
help them
coping
with the
skills.
coping skill based on what their triggers are. Okay, so now let's say your trigger are your friends because they drink every Friday, so you hang out with them. So that's a trigger. So you're gonna drink. So you're gonna make new friends. Make new friends. That's part of the coping skill. So you gotta try to
change
people, place, and things. Yes.
Uh, I know we used to have a program here that we send people to Philadelphia to get them out of the environment. Is your housing, I know we'll talk about that later, is your housing program, is it designed to get them out of the environment that may be trickling the problem?
Yes.
We do have a housing program.
Yeah, we have a housing program.
Yeah, we'll talk about when we come to it later.
Because most of them don't want to stay with their family because
The
their
family
family
don't
may
want
be
them to stay with them.
right, or their family may be a trigger to them. It's not, they will be like, okay, we need to come into your program and we need a place to stay.
Yeah,
To stay
I'm
away
in
from.
session with individuals now that ask me this question that I don't want to identify anybody, but I have circumstances in my home that I need to have them to relocate into some kind of program because it's destroying the family relationship. So your
Okay.
program will be ideal.
Yes.
And I did recommend them
Okay.
and told them about this particular program. And I know that there are individuals that maybe listen to us this morning. And maybe that individual aware of this talk program, they may be listening and aware of the fact that we are saying to you that, and when we will be giving out your phone number and your address and your location, and you do have transportation. We're gonna talk about all of that. And these individuals that have listened to me this morning, that have talked to me about their circumstances, will know how to get in contact with you, how to, if you need transportation, how to call you and get the transportation, and even how to get into the relocation program.
Yes.
So then you have the mental health uh, therapy that which is this mental health is related to the addiction or just physical psychological problems?
Most of their mental health, most of the mental problem that people have can be in relation to drug or alcohol or not. But if the mental health part is not addressed, their substance abuse will not be controlled. So we refer them out for mental health services with our team of providers that we use for mental health because we are licensed drug and alcohol outpatient program, but we offer mental health services
So
outside
so make so kind of clear. So your primary focus is on drug and
and
alcohol.
alcohol. Yes,
And if the mental condition is a direct result or related to drug and alcohol, this is you deal directly with.
yeah,
But if it's not, if it's no drugs or no alcohol, just psychological problem,
then they meet with our
you,
psych
they
doctor.
can they can come to you
They can
Yes.
come to us. Yes,
and you will make necessary referrals.
exactly. Yes.
So those who are dealing with mental issues, mental concerns, you have that part of this program where you do make referrals to deal with those problems as well. The next
Yeah.
one you have is what? Medication management.
Yes.
Medication management with now I know in our facility we have med techs who would disperse the medication to all of the residents uh, according to the orders of the doctor.
Right.
So this medication, want to explain your medication management program? If
Okay.
you all do it, if the person is
Yes.
not there, how do you manage?
Okay. So in terms of the medication management program that we have a doctor on site. Most of the time when they come in, either they're on methadone or they're on Suboxone. So our nurse practitioner does their Suboxone. If they're on methadone and they don't have any place to transfer their methadone to, we work with Redeem Healthcare for methadone. So we sign them up with Redeem to get their methadone. Then we have them see the doctor for their Suboxone.
Now, so therefore, is this through needle or through, are you giving the pills for them to take or what?
Yes, and it's being monitored because we do a random urine analysis to make sure they're actually taking the medication that is being
And
So
prescribed.
you don't,
prescribed.
so this is not a direct medication management program. In other words, dispensing the medication to them like we do in a assisted living or something.
No,
No,
because
you give them the
yeah,
medication and they have to take it.
they have to take. Yes, the doctor will put in the referral and
Yes.
send their prescription to the pharmacy, and we make sure that it's
It's
picked up and make sure that they are taking it because
as
their urine,
prescribed.
right, as prescribed. Because some of them may try to abuse it. That's why we do a urine
Urine-
analysis to
Random
make
urine
sure.
analysis.
Yeah, so you can do urine analysis to determine whether they took it or not.
If they, yes, because it got to come out on the results
Yeah.
that they are taking it.
To make
Is
sure
I know you have the counseling program, right?
Mhm.
Is it possible to involve family members in this part of the program to make sure they can make sure that they're taking the medication?
If the client wants it, because this is adults, men and women
Right.
that we
This-
service.
and that's why I
If
said family members, a
Yeah.
husband, a wife.
We encourage that the family members be involved
in their
in our
treatment,
clients' treatment, but a lot of them don't want their families involved at all
Yeah.
because they kind of feel as though that's the reason
Part of
why
the
they're
trigger.
there, part of their trigger.
Mm.
So, we encourage that they be with them and help them along their journey, but, like I said, a lot of them don't want that.
Yeah, what I was thinking, a lot of instances, you have individuals who receive the medication, and even though it's ordered by the doctor and prescribed for them to take once a day, twice a day, or whenever, and they have nobody to make sure or encourage them to make sure that they take the medication.
Are you saying we making sure they're taking their medication?
Yeah. I know you test them to make sure that
Yeah, we
they,
test them.
and you'll know that they did not take it.
Right.
How often do you test them? Once a week?
once a week.
Once a week.
Once a week.
Just wanna
I
make
suppose
sure
that's
they're
the best
not-
you can do on that, then, because. And then the next program you have is the housing program. So you want to talk about that?
Yes, right.
The housing program.
Well, our housing program consists of men and women. Like I said, to be in our program, you don't necessarily have to be in our in-house program.
I think that I have gone over the halftime.
Okay.
And then we have the music. There's time to make a change. And we have the music, time to make a change. We got carried away, and we're going over. But right now, we're going to have the song, Logan, time to make a change.
I'm gonna kick it with the lines, y'all know. Yo, Slim, can I kick it like this? Here we go. Well, it's time to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love. Sent by one from heaven up above. Take it from here, it's simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying? What? Yep. Here we go. We are the people who can do it. Oh, yeah. It's time to make the change. We are the people who can do it. Yo, Mob, kick it for me one time.
What is the world coming to? Seems like everyone is running from the truth.
Yep.
We got scared at the time, walking through the night. We're the people, we can do it if we try. I know we can do it. Somebody ask me, why do we have to go through it? It's just the cares of my face. Oh, we're living day to day. We don't know where, we don't know when. But it's time to start again.
About that time.
Oh, time to make the change. We are the people who can do it. Once it's up to you.
It's about that time, y'all.
Time to make the change. We are the people who can do
Yo,
it.
Mob, kick it for me one more time.
Jesus is spreading mighty fast. Earthquakes are moving through the land. It ain't nothing but a sign that it make up our mind. We're the people, we can do it. I know we can do it. Somebody ask me, why do we have to go through it? It's just the test of my faith. Just live this day by day. Don't know right, don't know when. But it's time to start to go.
About that time, y'all.
Time to make the change. We are the people who can do it. It's time. Time to make the change. We are the people who can do
Here we
it.
go. Well, it's time to make that change. People of the world today are fading. All of us have our ups and downs. You better think about it or you won't be around. What we need is a little bit of love. Sent by one from heaven up above. Take a seat, it's simple and plain. This ain't no game, you know what I'm saying.
I know we can do it.
Here we go.
What do we have to go through it? It's just a test of my faith. We're living day by day. Don't know where, don't know when.
Oh, yeah.
It's time for change. Time to make the change. That is, we are the people who can do it. We can do it.
Here we go.
It's time
About that time, y'all.
Time to make the change. You can do it. We are the people who can do it. No mountains too high.
It's time for us to make a change. As pastors and as congregations, we no longer can do like we have been done, focusing on worshiping and sharing behind our four walls, doing the things that satisfy our parishioners within our four walls and congregation. It's time for us to make a change. It's time for us as pastors to reach beyond our four walls. Time for us to involve ourselves in the community, in the streets, in the conditions. We can no longer separate ourselves from what is happening in our communities. What is happening in our communities are also happening to us. And it's time for us to break down these four walls and move into the streets and the communities and deal with the issues that are going on around our churches and in our families, in our homes. And that's what this program that we are focusing on this morning, a new place of recovery treatment center that is located at 218 East Lexington Street, Suite 505, Baltimore, Maryland, 21202. Let me repeat that. This new place of recovering treatment center is located at 218 East Lexington Street, Suite 505, Baltimore, Maryland, 21202. And the contact information, the office number is 410-775-8965. Once again, the office telephone number is 410-775-8965. The information that we've been sharing with you this morning, it is available for you. Just call this number, 410-775-8965. If you want to fax or fax a request or fax for additional information or whatever, the fax number is 443-835-1772. Once again, the fax number is 443-835-1772. 24-hour intake line, 24 hours intake. I hope you hear that. 24 hours intake line is 443-379-6743. So if you're having a crisis at midnight, call that number, 24-hour intake line. Once again, 443-379-6743. There is a website. The website is www.nportc.org. Once again, the website is www.nportc.org. So I encourage you, take advantage of this information and these services as we continue to talk with Nina and Gaspin and Wes about this program. I suppose now we will talk about the housing part, the housing. I know a person confronted me this past week, and said, what if I wanted my spouse to move out into a special program? And I said to them, but there is a special housing program. So tell us about this housing program.
Okay, once again, my name is Ronnie Gaston, and
Look closer, a little louder.
okay, once again, my name is Ronnie Gaston, and Our housing program um, really consists of people with dependencies and not so much drug and alcohol related. We do have some just with mental issues that we also address, but it's a six months to a year program. And I also want to stress that you don't have to be in our housing to seek treatment. So it's hand in hand. Like I said, we still offer the treatment for people who don't want to be in our house, or maybe they want to be stay in their homes or well with their loved ones, whatever. But we still offer service, the same service that we have for
In the housing
in the
program.
house. We
But you
offer
do
them the
have
same.
a housing program.
Yes.
Yes, yes. And like I said, it's not only for just men. We also have it for the women. They have the same opportunity of if they're struggling with alcohol or drug dependency and homelessness. A lot of our clients have these issues and we're dealing with homelessness. So we here to reassure them that they're not alone, that we are in the struggle with them, that we're here to help, and it's important that like you just gave them our 24-hour hotline that that they can call at any given time. We don't want anybody to feel like they're in the struggle by themselves, that it is somebody's listening and it is somebody that's willing to help. That's why it's most important for us, like you said, Pastor, we want to get these churches involved because this is not just an issue for us, it's an issue worldwide, and everybody's dealing with it, but it's the fact of it is, a lot of us see it, but we're avoiding because we don't want to be involved. But we are involved because it's our daily lives. Like I said, we shouldn't feel as though that we're free to walk down the street because somebody's dealing with mental issues and somebody know about it, but they're not talking about it. Well, we're here to let them know they're not alone. We want to help. We in the same fight that they're in. We don't want people to feel like they're just surviving. We want them to live. It's a difference between surviving and living. We survived long enough. It's time to live. So we have people here in place, such as yourself, such as other churches, and I just wanted to mention three of the churches that I just got involved with. The Greater Zion Church, overseen by James Potter,
You said
and
Greater St. John or Greater John?
Greater Zion.
Greater Zion. Greater
Greater
Zion.
Zion Church, overseen by James Potter, is the pastor of Memorial Temple of Praise, Pastor Bernadette Mark, and New Life Fellowship, Reverend Lewis is the pastor there. So these are the churches that I have been reaching out to that, we're asking for their help because mental issues is also in the churches. And, they need to be addressed. They need to be looked at, and it needs to be talked about. It needs to be known everywhere, just not in our facility. I mean, it needs to be addressed everywhere we go. So this is our goal. Not just it doesn't matter what church you come from, your background, your skin color. We're here to help as many people as we can. This is not something that I'm just talking about. It's something that I've lived for myself. So I know the struggle and I know how to get help. Somebody helped me, so I'm here to help someone else. This is not something I just do for a job. This is something I have a passion for doing.
We know that one of the crises that the last several weeks that I have been dealing with was the lack of places to refer people to because most of the homeless uh, facilities were completely full. I know we called several places to assist people to get into places that they can, because of the circumstances and their conditions, and there were no spaces. We work, so we want you to know that here in this particular program is a housing program that deals with the issues, addiction, especially the drug addiction and alcohol addictions. They are there is housing program available that they said they have for those individuals. So we want you to hear that. And also, we want you also, let me highlight the hours of operation on site, which is from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. That's 8 a.m. on site. Of course, that site that I'm speaking of is 218 East Lexington Street, Suite 505. And that will be from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. And on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. 10 a.m. on Saturday till 4 p.m. And Sundays was also available by appointments only. So if there is a need and it can only take place on Sunday for you to come and discuss this concern, then it is available even on Sundays, but they must be done by appointments only. So we want you to know that information because we know how important it is for having a place to carry individuals to who need special assistance. Also, now we're going to talk about this transportation. There are individuals who would like to come, but they don't have transportation. What do you have to say about the transportation?
Okay. Hi, this is Nana again. In terms of the transportation, what they need to do is just to give us a call and send us the address where you are, and we send our driver to pick you up.
Just that simple. Just that
Just
simple.
easy.
I thought it
Give
was
us
going to be
a
a little
call.
complicated.
No, give us a call.
Just that simple.
Send the address. We pick you up.
Call the number that we just finished giving. Call the number 410-775-8965. Call and say, I need transportation. And they will pick you up and give your address and your location. They will come and pick you up, but you can be involved in all of these wonderful programs that we have named that the new place of recovery treatment center is making available to our churches and to our communities.
Yes.
I also want to stress that they can call me personally, Ronnie Gaskins, if they
Speak a little louder.
need the transportation. I'll make sure that it's available for them, which my number is 443-413-2689. That's my personal number, but if you can't reach that number, you can call me just as well.
Also, remember the placement, the program that we have here, and those who want to be part of the mentorship program, we're encouraging whoever you are, wherever you're located, call in and leave your name, and we will get in contact with you. The number is 410-367-1117. 410-367-1117, and call in, and we will be available to you to assist you, to help you set up your program, to hook you up with your LLC or your corporation, to help you develop your businesses, mentor you with somebody who is doing the same thing that you are doing. I was blessed to talk with a lady who have a beauty salon this week, and she had been working. She has several phases of her program, and she is willing to work with individuals, and she is willing to assist people who may be interested in having a location for their salon. So help is available. That's what I'm saying. Help is available. There are people who walk around saying that I can't get any help. We want you to let those people know that help is available. We'll talk about the many areas this morning where help is available. We'll talk about this wonderful place that we have here, the new place of recovery treatment center that can assist you in many other areas that we are having problems in. And I know our time is going down at this moment. We know it's time for the music to come on. There is a place, and we are ready to take you there. I want you to know that the operation that I have could have been done with a high school diploma. I emphasize that. So don't use that education as an excuse. Also, we are focusing on high school dropouts. It's one of the phases that we want the churches to be involved in, assisting those individuals who may not be able to finish their high school program or going to college. We want to involve them in setting up, they're utilizing the skills that they were born with. God has already given them skills, developing that skill, even though that they did not finish high school, and allow them to utilize this gift that God has given them, and so that they can be prosperous and have a future and have hope. Amen. May you receive the information that we have given you, and may you take advantage of it and benefit yourself, your family, and your community, and your church. We'll see you next week at the same time, as we share also next week the installation of the United Baptist Missionary Convention officers. President, the new president, will be on site here next week, and he will be sharing with you the services that will be coming up on next Wednesday for the installation services of our new state president and all of their officers. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you on next week. There is a place.